Welcome to the All That Jazz podcast. So, I have with me Rhoda, and she's a board certified holistic health practitioner, a psychic, and a theta healer. And you also do essential oil. That's also one of your things that you specialize in, right?
Yeah, I do. I am certified essential oil coach.
Well, thank you for being on the show. I know I don't have many episodes yet, so I always appreciate when new people come. So
Yeah. It's
yes.
an honor also for me to know you and to be in your show.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
How do you judge people? Do you intuit people when you like meet them? Do you sometimes have the intuition that you're like, yes, this person is bad or this person is good? Do you have that? Does that
Oh.
happen?
Normally, if we will thought that if you are going to scan a person, it's not about the judgment in a negative way.
Mm-hmm.
We always see it in an optimistic way, a
Okay.
positive way. So we cannot scan a person, like we cannot see what's inside the person if our intent is on a different way.
Mm-hmm.
So that's we were taught in Theta Healing.
But so you cannot determine if a person is. I guess I'm going for the black and white. Can you
Yeah, yeah,
determine
yeah.
if a person is good or if a person is like bad?
Well, if a person is having a not so good side, I immediately can feel it,
Mm-hmm.
and I know
That
how to, I
I
know
mean,
how to handle it. But I'm
okay.
not going to push him or her to show that side because I'm immediately blocking it. That's how I perceive person.
Okay, so you block you block the energy or you block the what you perceive of them.
Yes, I block them. I block what I see to them so that they will not exercise or execute it to my space. And
Okay,
immediately when I feel the person already, I'm closing my space.
okay,
So any
okay.
negative energy will not go inside, or because if we meet so many people, but we
Mm-hmm.
don't know what really is the intent. So immediately when I feel that there's something going on in that person, which may be a not so good side, then immediately I can sense it and I can immediately close my auric field and myself.
Okay. Yeah.
Because some
It
people, yeah, because some people are not aware that they are emitting such negative energy to a
of
person.
course, of course.
And we call that, like, how do you know that, a psychic hook or something like that. Especially when a person is feeling angry or feeling something that is so strong. When a person sees you and he or him doesn't know or is not aware that he's giving you something that
Right. So what is
can
a
make you
psychic hook?
feel.
Is it some what they call
It's a hook, basically.
the bad eye
Yeah,
in
the
Greek?
it's how do you call that one? There's an evil eye. It's an
Evil
evil
eye.
eye.
Right, right,
Yeah,
the evil
it's an
eye.
evil eye.
Is that a thing? Is that really in your experience?
Yeah. Because have you encountered the person, for example, you went to a party or somewhere else, and then you've chatted with some people, and then by the time you go home, you feel so exhausted or drained, something like that.
I
So
well, often, yes.
yeah, most of the people whom you encountered were having those um, very very strong energy that when they even converse to you, you didn't know that you're carrying their energy. So by the time you go home, you felt, wow, why am I feeling this way? So basically you're having those negative energy.
Right. But that could be also if somebody is very introverted. Then if they're
Yes.
introverted, then if they go out, they're gonna be exhausted. Because I
Yeah,
think I'm a mixture of both, and but sometimes I don't know if I'm out too long, it just exhausts me, and
yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm like,
So many people are like that, especially when you're used on spending all the time on your own, and then when you go out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Rhoda, tell us a bit about your background. So you are from Philippines, right?
Yes, I'm
And
from Philippines.
were you psychic from an early age?
I was basically I don't know yet, when I was like 7 years old, or five to 7 years old. I thought that what I'm seeing is just normal. But when I my trigger point was when I saw one, like a shadow, like a cloudy person, a small boy. I was playing with my cousins, and then um I chased that boy, and then my cousins were asking me, where did you go? And I told them that, didn't you see me, that I am chasing one boy? And then it just popped up, it just disappeared, like, a smoky foggy thing. And then they were
Mm.
saying, you're so weird. And I said, what? You didn't see that boy? So that was the time that I realized that I'm seeing things that they cannot even see.
Was it like a normal boy, but just had some cloud over, or was it like
um
see-through? Can you see through the boy?
it's like, when you are it's like a smoke, and then it's forming into sculpting into a boy, and then
Wow. It's
it
like a
goes like
movie.
yeah, it's like, actually, before I was thinking that, maybe it's my imaginations. That's why I
Yeah.
tried to chase that boy, and then when suddenly I was chasing and running to him, and then it disappeared. Like an air blew to that foggy thing, like a boy image, and then immediately it disappeared.
Wow. And so this was early on, and you
Yeah,
were
it's
really
like
young.
yeah, about five. I cannot remember exactly my age. It's between 5 to 7 years old.
Okay.
That's the start where I see so many things around me. And there was an incident what that my mom had an ectopic pregnancy, and we were left alone because I am the eldest in the family. We were left alone in the house, and I know that my mom was already in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing something in the garden when I saw my mom standing there and looking at me, and while she was looking at me, I called her, and then she immediately ran. And then I followed her, and then I realized that my mom is in the hospital. I saw her? Why did I saw her?
Wow.
So that was my funny things are happening
Right.
in those areas. So at that time my mom was being operated in the hospital.
Yeah. Why
So
do you think you saw her?
I don't know. That was my big question before. That's why another experience was when I was in the school. I grew up in a Catholic school.
Mm-hmm.
So there was an incident that a neighbor of us died accidentally, and I know that neighbor died on the spot, like an accident. And
Right.
then when I went to an alley where I will buy something, that man appeared in my in front of me. It appeared in front of me, and
Like
then
a
I was
person, or with the smoke or
a
something.
real person.
Really?
Because he's just a real person. And I was thinking, this man, I know from my mind that this man is already dead, but maybe he's
Already
just a look.
dead. He should be dead, but you're seeing him.
Yeah, because he's already in the coffin. Because I know he was he was being he's
Maybe
I don't
did you
know.
think he was maybe a zombie that he was resurrected?
That time zombie does not existed.
Okay, right. At that time, okay,
In my time, right?
right.
And then, I was thinking that he was just a lookalike. And then when I passed through him, and immediately he passed through me, I did not feel anything. It's like an air. Oh my God. And I said, this is not a real person, because he passed through me. And I even looked back and I said, oh my God,
Was he
this
like
is,
walking and he went through
he's,
you?
he's like, because it's like this. I'm standing in front of him, and this is like a dark alley. and he passes through me like this.
Wow.
Passes through me like this, as if he's roaming around in the vicinity, because the area where he was accidentally um caught by the truck was in the same area. So he was roaming around that area. You know what?
Oh,
I ran. I ran and I'm screaming. And then my mother was saying, what was happening? I did not tell my mom. And then the
right.
next 2 days, I even asked my teacher, what will happen if a person dies? Is there any life after death? And then the teacher was saying, why are you asking that question? You know that people, when they die, they go to heaven if they do good things, and
Right.
they will go to hell if they do bad things. But my answer was not really answered. So I kept
Right.
my
Because you
mouth
saw
shut.
something that you could not be explained.
Yeah.
Um,
And from there on, I know that I can see things that is very weird to some people if I'm going to tell these stories.
right. Do you
So I
see
just try.
colors
Mm.
around people, auras and
I
stuff?
can see some. I can sense that the temperature of people. For example, if I can see, I can sense some of the colors, but I didn't know that there is an auric field color, an aura
Mm-hmm.
color back then, because I am so young. I'm not even like 15 years old that time, but I can sense. Um, for example, on that corner, the temperature is cold, the temperature is hot.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm always looking whether there someone cooking, or is there someone having a coal where it's burning or something. Because whenever I go in someone's house, I can sense that the energy is different from
Outside.
outside.
Right.
So
I've
I don't
experienced
know.
that. I've experienced that. I have some Christian friends, and their apartment is very, I don't know, maybe because they pray a lot there. It feels very different.
Yeah, it's very different because they, when I was that those answers were those questions in my mind were answered when I became a theta healer, or
Mm-hmm.
when I was introduced to some of the modalities, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was I grew up like in a Christian Catholic school, so there are nuns, priests, and everything, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a person who reads a lot of books, like a pocket book, which are romance. But then
Right.
I have one friend. She's working in a bookstore. I normally borrowed books from her, and then I borrowed one book. It's like know all about your future, and you know the cards there are the normal cards, like Ace of Hearts, Jack of
Okay. Okay.
so they have different meanings, and then that book was basically teaching how you do reading, fortune telling using the cards. Then I got curious on that because maybe I will learn this easily. After 3 days, I learned it, and then I practiced to my teenager friends, and then they're coming back to me. Oh, they're saying, Rhoda, what you've said to me, what you've told me in the cards are really happening. And you know, I was I'm not excited about that one. I am scared because what if I tell them a bad thing? You know, what
Right.
if the
Right.
cards will tell? So I was thinking, will I continue this or not, or what? You know,
Right.
and
So you can predict, in a way, you can see the future of a person through the cards,
yeah,
or do you
it
see it intuitively?
when the cards what was laid on, basically there is like Ace of Hearts, a meaning of different one.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately this the meaning of, for example, if you lay a card on a person and then she has a question or you have a question, and then when she asks what will happen to this blah 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 blah, you know what, someone is telling me that this is going to happen, you know, and spontaneously I will say it in my words, and I was saying, oh my god, where is this coming from?
Right. You hear it audibly, or do you just like kind of know?
I can hear it, and instantly I can, you know, it's like the Matrix where you can see words you know.
Yeah, right.
This thing I
What's
cannot,
coming down?
yeah, I
Yeah.
cannot even explain it how. So what I say is, you're this blah 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 like that. But then I was thinking, I should um, be aware of what I'm going to tell to these people, because some of them might be living in what I'm going to tell to them. You
Hmm.
know, might believe what I'm going to tell, because most of the people who comes to these psychic people and telling these things, even negatively, they will believe it. People are believers sometimes, you know.
Yeah,
And
they want to believe a lot of things.
yeah, and I don't want to do it because I'm still young, and I feel weird about that one, because I believe before that when I'm doing it, maybe some of my family members will be sick, because you know, when you are a Catholic, Roman Catholic, fortune telling is a no-no to them.
Right.
You know, it's
So,
not.
what does your family think of what you do now?
Uh, Actually, I asked God to remove it.
What do you mean?
Well, whatever talent I have, I asked God to remove it, because
Okay,
um
because he didn't want
every
that. He didn't want that life.
yeah, because it's like a curse to me, because every time I do those things, I feel tremendous headache, drain. My energy is draining, and I felt that
Hmm.
some of my family are going to be sick. Maybe because of that belief
Right.
that it's not good, and it's against the law of my religion. Maybe because of that. So I even asked God to, God, I don't want this, because I feel weird, and sometimes I don't want to see any ghosts or spirits. And even if I go, I can see elements, even I can see fairies, I can see so many things. That's why I don't want to go to mountains or forest, because
Hmm.
in Philippines there are so many waterfalls, and there are so many lakes and rivers. And when we normally go through summer camps, I don't want to be alone, because I see so many stuff there that people cannot see.
Oh, wait, wait. So you're saying that fairies is something that's real and something that you can see in nature and all around you.
Yeah.
Like what? Describe a typical fairy, let's say.
Like I went to Laguna, which is Mount Makiling,
Okay.
Laguna in Philippines. Mount Makiling is known for its Diwata. Diwata is the goddess of the fairies itself.
Okay.
So she is the queen of all fairies there. She's basically the one um, protecting the mountain.
Right.
So I don't, before, it's a folklore, you know. So I read it in the books, and I was thinking, it's just a myth or something. And when we went there, it's like 5:30 to 6 o'clock, as if the sun is gonna set.
Down. Yeah.
I was sitting along in one of the waterfalls. I saw one lady. I was saying, "Oh, there's a Victoria here." I said, "Oh, there's a Victoria here." I was thinking she was dressed up, having a photo shoot, because she was having a very very glowing face. She's having a crown which is illuminating, like silver, gold, something. It's very unique. I said, "What a nice costume." I was
You
telling
thought
it to
it was a
myself.
costume. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not aware that that was the fairy, or the queen, or the queen of the mountain. And then my friends were away from me, because I am the person who really wants to be alone whenever I'm in the nature.
Right.
I don't know why, but there is a certain point in my system that if I go to somewhere else, for example, a first timer, I wanted to be alone, and I want to feel the energy of that land, or of that area, or that space. So I was dipping my toes in the water, and I said, "Wow, it's a beautiful." I saw her. She has a nice gown, and then I was looking. When I knew that, when when I saw the gown was floating in the air, my hair, all of my hair were raising up. I
Wow.
thought, oh
And
my
how
God,
close was this person? Was she like far
this
away?
was like three to 4 meters away.
Wow, that's
Like
pretty
three to four.
close.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
pretty. That's why I was telling myself, because I can see the eyeballs, I can see the way the skin glows, and I was thinking it was just an effect of a photo shoot, because everywhere she go there's a light.
Okay, so it's like
And
she
then,
was illuminated by the light.
yeah, and then I saw, the first thing you will saw to that, uh I don't know how you will call her, to that person, is the face. And then I was just scanning all the features of herself. And then when I went down to the gown, I saw her. Where's the feet? Why is she floating? Floating. And the guy, I said, you know what? As if I am stick to the water, I cannot even move my body. But I am trembling. I'm so scared. I'm really scared. And I said to myself, and I was trying to look behind my back to see if my friends, because my friends are like 5 meters away. If
Hmm.
that is like 4 to 5 meters away, same as my friends, I wanted them to. I'm trying to how do you call them in my mind, that, hey, you help me, I cannot even get up in my seat because I'm so frightened at that
Of
time.
this fairy.
Yeah, I
Was
don't
it
know
like
if
a real person? Did it have like
it
did it
was,
look
but
like?
the eyes is different, because the eyes is hiding the hair, and the hair is very long. That's why I was thinking it was just costume, because
Oh, so it was like you couldn't see the eyes because it was all like a lot of
yeah,
hair.
but no,
Oh,
I can see the eyes, but the ears,
the ears,
is different. I can sense that it has a different.
bigger ears.
Yeah, and then, but the
Hmm.
feature of that
Face.
fairy, similar to human, but it's more uh beautiful and glowing. And when that happened to me, maybe I'm like 30 minutes sitting there, and I don't know how to get up, because I'm scared if that person or whatever she is knew that I'm staring at her and I can see her, she might do something to me.
Right. How long did that go on for?
But I know I'm there 30 minutes.
30 minutes you saw her there.
30 minutes, because I don't know, I'm stuck with my hand holding the rocks, because basically I'm just sitting in the rocks and the water are falling, because I'm near the waterfall itself.
Hmm.
It's in the area was it's in Laguna also. I forgot the name of the area. It's it's uh it's a continuous water from the lake. So people are, it's how do you call it? I forgot the name of that area. But basically it's a tourist spot.
Yeah.
So many people are there. But that moment, I was amazed. No one was looking on the same area I am looking, because I can see so many people. They're busy laughing, eating, but I'm the
Nobody
one
sees her
yeah.
except you.
And then after the 30 minutes, I had a chance to tip my toe. I tip
Hmm.
my toe so I can move. So when I felt that I can tip my toe, I immediately rush and stand and then go back to my friends. And then my friends was saying, "Oh, what's happening to you? Why are you terrified? You look terrified." And I said, come. And then I asked them to come. Can can't you see this woman? What? Where?
They couldn't see
They
her,
cannot see.
and you still saw her, and she was like
I
a
She
movie.
still stand.
You saw her
The
there.
feature of that lady is like she's observing. She's observing how the 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 space of her mountain or that area is being taken care of.
Right. Oh,
Because there was a caution there that you're not allowed to pick flowers. You're not allowed to do some stuff, or wishing and washing some of the
Right, right, right.
trees
But
there.
did she have wings?
She the hair is like flying,
Oh, it's like
and
was there
it's
wind or was there no wind?
no, it's
And
like
okay,
the it's combining the gown and the hair. The
to
gown and
fly.
the hair are like one, but you can see that it's separate because I can see it's floating around. And then after that, I did not even go out to the camp.
Wow.
Yeah, that
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 is
was
a, I think that would freak me out as well. If I saw
it is.
something like that, I would be like, what?
That's when I'm telling my friends about that experience. They know that I can see, but they said, why you didn't tell us? I am telling you, but you cannot even see.
Right.
And most of them are also aware that if I tell them something, they believe me, because there was an instances that we're supposed to go hiking on that mountain.
Hmm.
And then I told them, we maybe that's not a good idea because somebody's watching. Somebody's watching, and
You knew
maybe we
somebody
will be
was there,
lost. Yeah,
like an
maybe we will be
energy.
lost. Yeah, and I can feel so many elements, so many energies there. So we postponed it. We did not um, go to the hiking itself.
Right. You mentioned before that you can go to somebody's house and then there's a bad energy. So do you have any solutions to people that have bad energy in the house and how to remove that energy?
I do space clearing.
Okay.
So whenever when for example, some of my friends were asking me if they have a new office or a new house, they will ask a favor. Rhoda, can you do a space clearing here? So I
Mm-hmm.
require them to just light an incense or a sage. Then I ask them to go out first because I am the one who's gonna go in. So basically, what I do is I go to the seventh plane. I do the Theta Healing roadmap, and then after I go to the energy of the creator of all that is, I immediately command to remove any dense or negative energy in the space
Mm-hmm.
of that houses, and then I remove all the black, energy, and then replace it with unconditional love, and every corners of that place will be light up and illuminated with so
Hmm.
many light and love coming from God or whatever you believe in.
Right. So you basically use theta healing to clear the space and sage.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because I know when I was taught in Theta Healing, although I did a Reiki also,
Mm-hmm.
um, I combine Reiki and Theta Healing when I do this thing, because in Reiki, you have to put your hand in there and emit some energy.
Right.
It's
Right.
energy in your hand, in your palm, that you can emit an energy on that one, and then through the prayers and the teachings of Theta Healing technique, I can immediately put it in a prayer where it's very powerful enough to remove any dense or negative energy. I
Wow.
even
Okay.
download harmony and unity in one's space, because I believe that when you are in a space or in your house or in your office, prosperity and abundance are one priority of the space, to be unified with one another also.
Do you think when people pray in their houses and all that, do you think it changes the energy of the house?
Yeah, definitely yes. You know what? Because even when you go to church,
Mm-hmm.
there's a different energy in church and in an ordinary house. Because church is church or temples or any or even many other prayer house have a higher frequency than a normal space,
Right.
because these people, they when they say the name of God, Allah, Buddha, it immediately, the frequency immediately, goes up.
Right, right.
I think there's a study there that when you say the name of God or anything that you believe in, immediately your frequency goes up when you're
Yeah,
going to say a
unless
prayer or something
unless it's
like
a
that.
bad belief, maybe it can go down as well.
Yeah,
Black magic. We don't want to go there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We don't want to go there.
Right. So, what's your relationship now with the Catholic faith? Did you eventually leave it, or did you kind of how what's your
Because I was taught to respect any religions that we encounter.
right,
So I respect every religion because in theater healing, we tap on their belief, the energy that they believe in. Like me, I still respect where I came from, but I know already what's where's the source coming from.
right,
So even if in any other religious community or something, I still respect them. I still can go there. I don't have any restrictions on any community service or faith or something. I incorporate it with the practice that I do.
right,
So every time, for example, a person really wants to have a blessing in the house, because in Catholic, in us, we before we go to the house, or for example, we have a new house, we do housewarming and blessing, and priest will come to
yeah, yeah,
bless the house. I do that also, but I do a space clearing first, and then next is the priest and do this thing. We
right.
can do all ours as long as we believe that it will be a good for all.
So, how did you then get into theta healing? And can you explain for the audience what basically theta healing is?
Okay. Theta healing is a modality, an energy healing modality that is focused on prayer and
Mm-hmm.
thoughts and prayer. And then we tap into the energy of creator of all that is using the theta brain state. So theta brain state goes down to your subconscious level. And when you are in a theta brain state, um, it is in charge for your feelings and belief and memories. So
Okay.
while we are tapping into your subconscious mind, that's the time we can access what are your belief, what basically a belief of a person runs its own life,
Right.
on a cellular level.
Is it like hypnosis, but without the hypnosis part? Then you're
Yeah,
still accessing the subconscious, or is
yeah.
it
In
something
hypnosis, you are not aware, right?
a little bit here and
Yeah,
there?
but because in theta healing, it's you are aware of what we are pulling out, of what we are putting.
Okay.
So it's like one-on-one conversation, but it's more likely on a prayer mode. But we are using the theta brain state. Actually,
Okay.
theta brain state is like when you are about to sleep and you're hallucinating that no, I don't want to sleep, I still want to be awake. That is the theta brain state. Now we are on a beta brain state, so it's like the normal state. And then if people are normally praying or meditating, they're on alpha state. And if you are on sleep mode, you are on delta.
Right.
So
And theta
basically
is
the
in between.
in between. And then because sometimes we do theta and gamma. Gamma is the superhuman ability. For example, you have a fire in your house and then you lift a heavy thing and then you move it somewhere else, and then
Hmm.
when the fire was not there, you cannot even move it. That's the superhuman ability of the brain state of the person.
Right. Right.
So
Something extreme situation brings out
yeah,
that in people.
we use this gamma state when you are on a survival state, that you can do the impossible using your
Right.
brain state.
Do you
So
think we
sometimes,
could use that more? Do you think we could switch it on and just be like, that would be handy in sports if you could do that. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
some of the sports people, they use that gamma, theta and gamma.
Really? Can you train people to
Yeah,
do that?
because children from 0 to 7 or 9, they are on theta state. That's why you will seldom see children playing or talking to someone, because they can see so many things that you cannot see. Their imagination are very wide,
Yeah.
so they are still tap on the theta brain state, these children.
Wait.
And
So you think all children see things that? Because I don't remember seeing anything when I was young at all. Maybe
mhm,
it's my memory blocking, maybe, but I don't remember.
mhm. But you know, if you are on 0 to 7, you easily can adapt or learn things during those
Right. Okay.
age.
Yep.
So when you are on that state, you are still on a theta. That's why we encourage children to go on school earlier and teach them so many stuff, because they're like sponge, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, languages and things like that are very easy to learn when you're
Yeah,
really young.
yeah.
So what kind of beliefs can you, with Theta Healing, what can you, what kind of things have you had success with the clients, like dealing with stuff like?
Theta healing. Actually, I study it because of myself. I didn't
Okay.
know that I'm going to teach or going to help other people. I went when I went to Dubai. I was here 2005. Then I acquired some of illnesses, like I got rapid heart rate, I got panic attacks. I don't know what's happening to myself.
Right.
I went to different doctors. And then I was introduced in meditation, in the Reiki, and then in Theta Healing. So I find Theta Healing very good for myself, because when I was introduced to that and I learned the basic and advanced, I adapted to myself. So I work on my issues. Where is this coming from? The panic attacks, this
Mm-hmm.
rapid heart rate. I don't know what's happening. And then when you know when you learn how to remove all these belief patterns, because the one I work on is my health issues and my financial issues,
Right.
because I came from a very poor family, that I was raised that life is very hard. You have to work hard to get to earn money and blah blah blah. That's
Yeah,
why,
typical.
yeah, that's why my belief is, if I'm not working very hard, I will not earn money.
Oh, I see. So you were like,
So
I'm gonna be a failure because I'm not working hard enough, and okay,
yes,
I see, I see.
that's why that's the one I work hard. I can, you know, we can even work, you know, smart or very easy, and then yet getting a good income for us without shedding so many blood, hard work, or
Right.
some stuff.
It all
So
depends on the attitudes, but the attitudes are not just conscious, they're unconscious, you said. So
yeah,
with Theta
because
Healing, you can change.
because we have different levels of belief. We have core, genetics, history, and the soul belief. So some of our belief are not ours. Some was
Right.
given to us by the parents. Some was given to us by the ancestors. Some were given to us by the community, or what we heard, what we believe. That's why
Right.
we are believers. Whenever you hear something, you must learn how to filter it, because or else your subconscious will tell, yeah, yeah, yeah. So even if you wanted, for example, you wanted to earn a lot, you wanted to earn a lot,
Sure.
but then
Yes.
your subconscious will tell you, no, no, because if you do this, you'll get hurt. Do not do that. So even if you will earn on that perspective, your subconscious is going to drive you away from that.
Right. And there's many more reasons you could be like, I'm not worthy, I'm not good
I'm
enough,
not
I'm
good
not this.
enough. Yeah, I'm not this. I'm not capable of this. I cannot do this.
I don't
Because
deserve this. I don't
yes,
deserve
yeah.
that.
And one more thing is, I'm unworthy of receiving.
Hmm.
I am not allowed, because people were like in a lottery, right? People are very fond of winning a lottery,
Right.
but sometimes in your subconscious will tell you, no, you're allowed only in this amount. So if you win this big amount, I cannot handle it. Let's spend it out, so that
Yeah.
when you have this amount, you will feel comfortable. That's why so many people who won the lottery do not maintain the amount that they have
Right.
won.
I saw some studies that most the people that win the lottery, their lives in 5 years is worse than it was before.
Yes, because
So
their subconscious is, it cannot handle those amount. The value of it cannot handle, because they were programmed to have this much only,
right.
this
So
less.
so basically, you're saying that if somebody wins the lottery, they should go to a theta healer because it will help them keep the money. Is that what you're
to,
saying?
to remove the belief, right? To remove the
Yes.
belief that you can handle it, you can carry it, you can,
I,
you know.
I think you can put that on your business card, if you're, but the only thing is that it's a very small percentage of people that
Who won the
it's
lottery.
very niche. It's very niche.
Or even love issues. The love
Okay,
issue.
more common. Yes.
Yeah, the love issues. For example, she's having a relationship. She's always being beaten up. Every boyfriend she has or girlfriend she has, she's gonna be hurt physically, emotionally. And when you go to her, when we do the theta healing session, we found out that during the childhood, she was abused.
Right.
She saw some abuse in a form of love. So she was thinking that
Okay.
is the that that's the meaning of love. When you have this abuse thing, so the person loves you. So that's
Right.
a repetitive pattern. That's why some of them, we're cutting it, we're stopping it. That you already learned this lesson and you can move forward, and then you can love, and we will just give her or him the creator's definition of what is love. That his the definition of love from the creator's perspective understanding is same as your perspective and understanding, because
Right.
there's so
So
many
you
different kinds of love.
you're using now the terminology because I have a little bit of experience with theta healing, and you said
Yeah,
using the creator's what did you say, creator's
definition,
definition.
understanding,
So
and
basically you're
perspective.
replacing their, let's say, their belief system that's very limited to a belief system that's very holistic and
Yeah,
loving and all that.
holistic. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
we are tapping on cellular level. That's why we open, we close the cellular level, because a cell has an antenna, right? So when the belief comes to your cells, it's like this. It opens up and it will absorb the belief. So when we are removing the belief of a person, like I'm not good enough because of this, we're opening the cell and we're removing it, and we close
Right.
it. And then when we give another belief that is coming from the creator's perfect perspective, I will open it also, and then I will close it. So it will be intact already.
So you're saying it's biologically almost ingrained in your the belief system. It's not just the unconscious, which is kind of
Yeah,
like you
it
can't see
is.
it, but it's actually in biology as well. It's your
Yeah, it's on a cellular level. And also, if it's runs in your bloodline, because we don't have you ever encountered that specific nationality irritates you, or one
what?
person a person irritates you, you don't know why, but when you see
Right.
this person or when you see this nationality irritates you, we have a course in Theta Healing, which is world relation, where we tap into the conflict, the trauma of the land where
Okay.
you're in.
Maybe you need to go to Pakistan. No, not no, maybe Pakistan as well. Palestine, and Iran. But
Yeah,
the problem is you can't just this kind of thing you can't impose on people. It's like
no,
anything else. It's like psychotherapy or anything. You have to
yeah,
people
it,
have to come to you, right?
yeah, it
You
depends on
can't just
the
do it
person.
against their will,
No,
right?
no.
No, right.
Because we have a free will. We
That's
don't
it.
work. if it's against your will.
Right.
So anything we do, we ask permission. If you say yes, then we can do it. If you say no, we cannot do it.
Oh, that makes sense. Uh,
Mm.
so
It's
how?
not just it's not just saying that I will put this one in you. I will no, because it's against the will. It will not be effective.
Yeah, I think it's similar because I have a little bit of experience with hypnosis and people that don't
Mm.
want to be hypnotized. If they're just not following anything you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
they're not gonna be hypnotized because all hypnosis is you're doing it to yourself. You're saying
Yes.
yes to
Mm.
what the person is doing and all that.
I haven't done hypnosis, but they were
Right.
saying that
It's
you
not
have.
scary. It's not scary. You're
Oh,
relaxing
okay.
yourself. You're relaxing yourself basically.
Because in theta healing, you haven't experienced it, right? You are in one, like on one-on-one conversation,
Yeah.
but your eyes are closed, and these things happens.
No, I've done it through Facebook as well. I've done it through text.
Oh, maybe that's a band-aid session.
Band-aid.
Band-aid
I
session.
don't
It's like
know.
a shortcut where there is no investigative thing, because there's like question
No,
and
no, there
answer.
was, there was,
Oh,
there was,
really? That's cool.
but it was just through text. But anyway, maybe it's not the best
Uh,
thing. So
uh.
let's quickly touch on. You said that you can teach people how to be psychic. Is that something you do in your practice, or is that some just
Actually, it's not really. I do practice, but there are some people who comes to me, who's having same experience as I have, but they don't know how to use it,
right?
or they're scared of what they're having, and they're so confused on why do I have this. So basically, I teach them to develop it, not to be scared on it, because if the fear factor comes first, then you will not be in control of it. So basically, I am just giving them like a process on how to deal with this ability one by one, slowly, and baby step first. And then, because people right now, I know they're you know all of us are intuitive, but you cannot impose a person to believe in what you see if they cannot experience it. So people who have experienced it comes to me, and I let them see the light of what they have. Like before, I thought it was a curse, because why am I the only one having this, and most of my friends doesn't have it, so that they have the
Right,
same
right, right.
I
So
have. So
you
I basically teach them how
you're
to do
saying
it.
most people have some kind of ability, but they're
Yeah,
blocking it because
yeah,
they're afraid or they're just like
yeah.
shutting it down.
Yeah, one sample is, uh have you experienced like you're in one area, and then you're doing something, and yet uh you caught you saw one person looking at you, and then immediately someone was saying to you, look at that person, and then you'll be seeing each other in eye to eye, and I said, oh,
Right. The sense of being stared at. I didn't have
yeah.
like I don't have any auditory like I don't hear anything, but you just get a sense, I think, and then
Yeah. Or someone was staring at you, someone was looking at you, or sometimes you were thinking of someone, and then immediately that someone calls you on the phone, or that's the power
Yeah,
of your.
that's what I don't know if you know Rupert Sheldrake, but he does a lot of tests on that, and
I heard his name, yeah.
he does like you name four people that you're the closest with, and then
Mhm.
at random time they call you, and you don't see who's calling you, and you have to select who is
Yeah,
calling you, and a chance
yeah.
would be 25%, but he gets 45%.
Crazy, right? It's crazy.
So imagine if they tested people like you, maybe it'd be higher, maybe it'd be
Mm,
70% or 80%.
yeah.
So is
It,
that is the inability of people to become relaxed the reason you use essential oils?
yeah. Because people right now are so stressed, and it's a mind game right now. So for us to be able to support our mind, our mental health, mental stress, we need to stimulate the smell, because smell is the one powerful senses that um, the source gave us, you
Right.
know. So with this sense of smell, you can immediately change the mood in every cells of your body. And this is the smell was the was being depleted because of the technology or the busy world, because we are so fast paced.
Mm-hmm.
So this is being neglected now. So it's good that essential oils are coming out again in their
Right.
cabinets or in their, because it was an ancient medicine. This essential oils, it was used thousands of years by our ancestors, and they use this to stimulate your limbic system, where your emotions, your feelings are tapped into your body to change any fearful thing, or it can uplift your mood, it can give you energy, it can give you calmness, relaxation,
Okay.
whatever
Well,
you want.
what's so you have so for calmness is one thing. There's
Yeah,
so I have essential oil for everything.
yeah,
So what's
there
some of the
is.
good ones that you have found in your practice?
I normally does for the calmness. I normally does Roman chamomile
Okay.
and lavender and vetiver. These are good oils to calm. And if you have some panic attacks, you'll just have to put some flower oils, which is like jasmine or ylang ylang, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to be alert, or for example, you feel lazy, or you feel tired, and if you wanted to focus, alert your mind, you just put menthol things like peppermint, eucalyptus, cinnamon bark, or to focus, so
Wow.
many stuff you can use,
And you
and
can
it
mix them up together as
yeah,
well.
you can mix it. And most of it, I use it in my clients because some of them comes to me so stressed, or some were agitated. They don't know how to calm their mind. Why this is happening to me? And then I told them to practice the breathing exercise first, because we
Mm-hmm.
forget to breathe. People tends to forget how they breathe.
Right. What do you think? Okay, this is kind of controversial, but you don't have to answer. So
Okay.
the virus thing nowadays, the masks, people wearing masks, and
Uh,
do you think this is impending on people's oxygen
Health.
intake?
Well, it depends.
It
It
depends.
depends on the person's belief. Most people believe, if you are intuitive enough, or you know your body well, you know how to handle this virus that's going on, and you know that your immune system are supporting you. You
Mm-hmm.
can immediately remove it if you really want.
Like how?
When you're going, because in US, some of the people there are, they're not wearing some of this mask, right?
Yeah,
So they have a belief that, oh, because I know that this is just a flaws, or blah blah
that
blah,
it's not
because I
gonna
cannot.
hurt them. They have a belief
Yeah,
it's not gonna. So
yeah, for
it
this.
doesn't hurt them basically then.
Yeah, so it
Okay.
depends really on the belief of the person. But if you are in the sense that you want to follow such rules, but you
Right.
still have to believe, you can put your mask on, and you have the belief that, even if I put this mask on, the depletion of my energy will still be okay. It
Right.
will not affect anything that will harm in my
Right.
body. So it really depends on a person's belief of what this mask will do for you.
Yeah. Well, a lot of places are have it mandatory now, so it's
Yeah, even
you,
even here in UAE, you have to do a mandatory wearing mask right now.
which country is Dubai in? Sorry, I'm so ignorant.
UAE, it's United Arab
Emirates.
uh, Emirates.
Okay. And you've been there how long?
I've been here 2005, so it's like more than 15 years.
Okay. And
15 years.
you
Basically, we were based here. Me and my husband, my children are here. So, and I love this country because it supports really the people.
right. Your parent, no, I mean not your parents. Your kids speak Arabic now.
My sons they have a mandatory in the school to speak Arabic, but still the language here is English. The first language here in Dubai
Really?
is mostly people
Oh,
are English
I could
speaking.
move there.
Yeah, you will love this place because this is the nations of different nationalities, and it's very the government is very supportive with different nationalities here,
Okay, good.
which
And
why
it's
which
probably growing economically a
Mhm.
lot.
Yeah, and because the Sheikh here as a visionary, so he can envision everything that's going to happen here. So yeah, actually, this land is it has a vortex of abundance. So people here who comes here, who will tap
Like
on the vortex
energetic
of
vortex.
abundance, yeah, you can even
Feel
the
it.
abundance is very very high in this country.
Okay. So you
Mm.
recommend as a good place to go, as a good place
Yeah,
to move to.
it is a good place
And how do you
because
now, being so long so there, when you go back to Philippines, how do you notice a difference? How has it Philippines changed?
yeah, Philippines is a tropical country. I can move there for a vacation or
Mm-hmm.
just to spend a month or but moving there for to go back again, that was I need to I need to how you call it, I need to think twice because if I'm going back there to move,
Mm-hmm.
as in go back again and never come back here, I have to be prepared
Right.
because there are so many things that the Philippines has to heal, and I need to work on myself to be in place on that land
Right. So you
because
feel like Dubai is better for you now.
yeah,
Um,
because every land has its imprint,
right.
so it has its memory and it has its energy why you why you are attracted to this place. If I think you when you are traveling, you felt different country, different
Oh yeah.
feeling, right? So there's a different imprints in those countries. So these are different energies also of the land.
Mm-hmm.
So for you to be able to know whether you're gonna fit in or not, you must stay there for about 1 month, and you can feel whether you are going to thrive or survive.
Right. I felt good when I was in US and Canada. I felt really good. Scotland, okay. I like Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there probably the longest, and
Yeah,
Slovenia is where I'm from. So
yeah.
yeah, I do like it here as well. So could just quickly, what can if somebody wants to contact you, what kind of services do you do?
Oh, they can contact me in my website, which is raceandrice.com.
Yeah, I'll put it on
And
the.
yeah, and then I do service like I do essential oil coaching for the people who are tired of drinking medicine. They wanted an alternative one to,
Mhm.
because I believe that stress is the main factor of the body, why it creates
Right.
illnesses and some of the beliefs. So I do theta healing one-on-one session. I can teach also the basic and advanced of theta healing. If they wanted to practice to themselves for their own, I can do teach them. I can certify them as a practitioner for the theta healing
Really,
also.
you're a teacher now.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
I can teach them the basic and advanced. And then I do certification. It's the certification is coming from US, which is from Viana Stable also. And then I do workshops for essential oils. And
And
I
online
do,
as well.
yeah.
Wow, so everything's now online, but especially because of like the
Mm.
wow,
Actually, I teach people how to boost their immune system using essential oils. But of course, it is a daily lifestyle because even if you inhale a gallon of essential oils and your lifestyle are, you know,
of course. Just like with anything, you have to
mm,
get your life in order in all different departments.
Yeah.
physically, mentally, and spiritually, and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
spiritually. And I believe in a person, healing in a whole perspective, because it should be mind, body, and soul. Because a physical healing will not suffice, the spiritual area of yourself and your mental state. I believe that your mental health is the first one that we need to, you know,
Right.
recreate or heal, or release anything that was there, and then it all will follow on it.
Well, it looks like it's gonna rain here because for anybody that's looking at the video, because this will be on a
Yeah.
podcast as well, but it's gotten dark here, and it's only 3 o'clock here. But yeah, thank you so much for being on the show. It was really good. I will put your links below the video on YouTube, and I know
Yeah.
you have YouTube. You started a YouTube channel as well,
Yes, I have Race and Rise with Rhoda. So that's my YouTube channel. And
and you talk about
thank you also.
spirituality.
Yeah. Spirituality, essential oils, and so
Okay.
many stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being on. And
Thank you, Machaz.
for the listeners, thank you for watching or listening.
Yeah. Thank you very much.